please give a warm welcome to Lia Papazoglou from Ecogenia from here in Greece.
Esteemed colleagues, distinguished guests, good evening. Kalispera σας. What an honor it is to be here with you all tonight. I've spent the last few weeks trying to think about what I would say, and I must be honest, it's been quite difficult. You see, I live in northern Greece. My family is from there, and as many of you know, the last few weeks we've been devastated by one catastrophic natural disaster after another. Between all this uncertainty and despair, needless to say, it's been challenging to find the words to inspire you all and tell you about my big idea for democracy. But I take some comfort in that we have a generation of young people that care deeply and want to do something about it. This generation is watching their world slip away for a viable future. They know that time is running out and 2030 is just around the corner. They're feeling angry. They're feeling sad, overwhelmed, just like me, and I'm sure many of you here tonight. They have every right to feel this way. We have every right to feel this way. How did we get to this place? 2023, another hottest year on record, and the biggest floods and wildfires in European history, and all in a country where most people can't afford to sit on the public beaches in their own backyard. And this is just in Greece. You all know, in many ways, we have surpassed the point of no return. This feeling is paralyzing, and we are at risk of losing a generation, the generation whose future this affects the most, because they're unsure about their place in it all and what impact they can actually have. So how do we ensure that these people don't lose hope? I truly believe action is the antidote to despair. If people feel like they can contribute something meaningful, to be a part of the solution, they won't sit on the sidelines. Right here, right now, we have people in the room that can make this possible, to create the frameworks to activate these young people for good. We can harness their anger into action. We can convert their anxiety into motivation. And we can focus their overwhelmed energy into something practical. The good news is that we have a framework for this. We call this civic service. I am Lia Papazoglou, Greek-American, and proudly repatriated to Greece to start Ecogenia, an organization bringing civic service to this country. Civic service recently made international headlines. Just last week, President Biden announced the creation of an American Climate Corps. This Corps will mobilize 20,000 young people annually in climate action projects all over the country. And this is exactly what Ecogenia is doing here in Greece. But okay, what is civic service? I keep using this word. Civic service mobilizes people in paid, temporary work that benefits the common good. Civic service members receive ongoing training while implementing projects that meet the most pressing needs of the community. This creates a ripple effect of impact across society, creating long-term, active citizens who care. If you need an example of what a ripple effect could look like, you can look no further than right here. In 2009, I answered President Barack Obama's call to serve my country and joined AmeriCorps. I actually did this twice. It completely transformed my life. It gave me my first opportunity out of university It upskilled me and gave me a solutions-oriented mindset, and it gave me a chance to move from just living in a community to actually becoming a member of the community. This impact, this transformational experience, is something I wanted to bring here to my other home country, Greece. We know that here, unemployment still remains high, especially for young people. There's a lack of opportunity in the job market, but there is certainly no lack of need in the community. We can bridge this gap, connect the dots, put young people where they are needed the most, right here. Ecogenia's ambition is to become a national climate corps, just like President Biden's newly launched climate corps program in the States. Just imagine the ripple effects that will happen with these programs. So you may be asking, what can these young people actually do? What are they capable of? Well, we have examples from around the world where they do everything from supporting after-school programs, building hiking trails, managing conservation awareness campaigns, and even supporting in disaster management. We know the needs of the communities are high, from the local to the national level, and decision makers and leaders need support through people power to get these things done. Most of this work requires minimal training, and this can be done through civic service at a lower cost with high social impact. The civic service model connects the dots between young people who want purposeful work with the needs of the community and the country. It's a win-win-win. But you don't have to take my word for it. You can actually ask two of our cohort member alumni who are here with me tonight. These young people are among the first to have completed a civic service term in Greece. They took a chance on a new nonprofit and devoted themselves to a project for the betterment of their country. Meliana and Barbarita, would you please stand up? And Erica Spagakou, would you please stand up as well, my co-founder? And thank you. Give them a round of applause. Thank you both for your service work. Please, I encourage you all to find them. If you have questions about civic service, you can ask them directly, because their impact and their service project has made a tremendous difference in the community already, and we are just getting started. To quote Greta, the one thing we need more than hope is action. Once we start to act, hope is everywhere. So instead of looking for hope, look for action, because then, and only then, hope will come. My esteemed colleagues, fellow speakers, many of you here are decision makers or influencers in your own right. I'm sure many of you are already underway with a multitude of solutions on how to address these unprecedented challenges. I urge you, consider the role that young people can play. Consider the role of civic service. What a better time and place to be having these conversations than at the Athens Democracy Forum here in Athens, where the symbolism is abundant. The time is now. We have the opportunity to create the frameworks where citizens, communities, and government work together. Let's give young people the opportunity to roll up their sleeves and help save this place we all call home. Thank you.